What's going on, guys? So, I'm actually on vacation right now, and I couldn't think of nothing better to do on my vacation than fix the BMW and its leaking oil issue. So, as you can see, I have her jacked up, and yeah, I'm actually currently, I went ahead and this time I was smart about it. I went ahead and removed the cooling fan because now I don't actually have to come from the bottom up to get to that bolt on the bottom. It was so much easier this route. So this is what I found, or so far this is what I have come across. This was a O-ring set that I had actually got from let's see, that was ECS Tuning. Now it's not their fault. This was an L-Rig, I think, brand, but yeah, it's, for some reason, as soon as I put it in, it began leaking. Now I did just notice this right here, this little spot right here. So I'm probably going to try and like get rid of that, which I'm actually able to do with my finger, which is crazy. And we're going to go ahead and remove this gasket, and we're going to install this here Mahle. I don't know if that's how it's actually, Mahle, whatever. Anyways, this is what we're installing. It's supposed to be OEM quality. Mahle is a very good brand. It is not genuine BMW. This was $14, whereas the dealership wanted $70 for this single gasket, which if this doesn't work, then that's where I'm headed to next. Because this one, like I said, I got a whole rebuild kit for this entire thing, and it came with this gasket. So let's go ahead and get that gasket out real quick. I gotta go grab my pick. So one thing I've been noticing that while I've been taking this thing out, I just installed this thing, like maybe, I mean, you saw what you can look back and see when the video is, and you can see this thing it is stiff. And crazy thing is it actually had the little bumps like it's supposed to have for like the OEM. The OEM had these little notches. So is this an OEM one? That's a good question. Okay, so now that we got the new one installed, you can actually see it actually has a lip that sticks out. And the crazy thing is the other one didn't have a lip that stuck out like this. It was just literally flat. So that's something to think of whenever you're getting it. Just double check the thickness based on this one compared to the other one. Now, obviously, if it's your original one, the gasket is going to shrink as it sits here compressed and whatnot. That's just the way they work. But so don't go based on that. Basically, what you want to make sure is when you install it that you actually have a lip that sticks out. Now this one feels pretty solid right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the new parts on. Well, first I want to clean up because, as you can see, I've got a little bit of oil everywhere. So go ahead and clean up all this oil, because we don't want it on our belts. We don't want it on anything at all. We want it to just be inside there. So one other thing to consider while you're doing this is to minimize the amount of oil that goes everywhere, because I've tried it without this tool, and using it has just made it so much easier. So this right here is actually basically, what is it called? Let me see what it's actually called before I lie to you. It is a pneumatic air-operated fluid evacuator. So that right there, I popped off the top parts of my up here. Let's see, hold on. Yeah, here we go. So I popped off the top pieces right there, and I was able to stick that hose directly in there and suck out as much of the fluid as I could. Now obviously you have your thermostat right there, so you can't get to this stuff up in here, but you can actually remove your cap here and then come in and suck out what you can. Like I said, you can only get so far, so you know you can only get so much of it out, but this is good enough. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put this back in, and what we're going to do is we're going to put this on and then do it finger tight, and then we're going to go in and torque it down. So I will put down in there in the torque specs for these bolts right here. That way we can go ahead and get this knocked out. Okay, so the torque specs are, they say 16 Newton meters, which equates to about 11 to 12 foot-pounds. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this here. If you've never used an analog one, it's pretty easy. So you have your 10s, like this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, so forth, 15, 25, so forth. So what you're going to do is you have this 0 mark right here, and so when you are right here, that is at 15 foot-pounds. So then as soon as you go one more, that's 16, 17, so forth. So we want to go back down here to the 10. So that's 10 right there, and we want to go basically about 11 and a half. So we're going to set it right there, tighten her down, and boom, good to go. Now they say extensions kind of reduce the amount of torque that you're going to be putting on there, but we're not too worried about that. So always make sure you reset the wrench, come back up a little bit. We're going to tighten it up a little bit as we go down. Like that. There we go. And then I like to come back to the beginning of it. Like I'll do there we go, boom, there. And that's it. That's everything on that part of it. So next what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and put everything back on, and we're probably gonna leave the fan off for a moment. That way we can crank it up, see if any oil leaks out, and yeah, that's pretty much what was happening. Is after I took this off to check for that one leak, it actually ended up leaking up out the top. So hopefully this new gasket will prevent all of that. That's the plan, at least. Okay, so it appears that the oil leak has stopped, which is good, because it was driving me crazy. So if you ever take this stuff off, be ready to go ahead and replace the gaskets, because I mean, they form to what they have. So let me go ahead and cut her off, because she should be good now. Okay, so like I said, I gotta put the fan back on, so I didn't want to run her too long. She ain't got no fan in place, but I wish I had my light on me. I don't see any oil leaking anywhere, so that's always good. Yeah, we're looking good, guys. Yeah. So like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and put this back on, and well, the fan back on, and yeah, let's see. Let's make sure that it's dripping down here. Nope, I don't see nothing. I thought I saw a drip, but no drips. Okay, good. That means I can drive the BMW again. So okay, so we're out here. She's gotten up to temp about 196. That's the best I can ask for in this temperature. But yeah, she's running great. Oh man, that was basically 10 miles per hour to 50 in no time. I love the pickup. I absolutely love this car. The sounds, everything. I'm just glad it's back up and running again. Woo! That was a 20. Really quick. Woo! Oh man, I love this car. Let's make sure she ain't leaking. Woo! Well, I had a little bit of a leak right there. Those O-rings might need to be replaced, but other than that, that's about it. I think that's all of the, just right there, which isn't good, but it isn't bad. Oh, that's a little moist. Wonder why that's moist. Huh. Oh, yeah. I mean, I knew I got oil on there. Maybe it's just now moist because it's had a chance to heat up and everything, because it was just like cold as crap under here. So I'll keep an eye on that, keep an eye on all of this, make sure everything's working fine. All right, guys. So that's gonna do it for this video. I appreciate you watching this video, because you didn't have to, and so I appreciate that. And I'll see you guys next time. Later.